This right here behind me is one special project. We are here back again in the Fraser Heights neighborhood here in the city of Surrey. Now I know when you think Surrey, you don't necessarily think so much of nature or of mountains, but this is an exception because Fraser Heights, they have that over here. And today we are taking you through one of these units of this townhouse project. And we're also going to share with you some additional information about this Fraser Heights neighborhood that not many people know about or talk about. And then of course at the very end, we're gonna give you all the details of this project townhouse, the pricing, the floor plans that you're looking for. They definitely have some features that we have never seen. So I'm excited to take you through. Without further ado, let's get into it right now. All right guys, so they have a bunch of different units in terms of the location within the project itself. This is going to be where the front door is. They also have a backside garage that we'll show you. But first, let's go on in from the front door and take you through this unit. You have a bit of a front yard over here and some concrete space for you to set up a chair or two if you would like. But most importantly, let's walk into this unit. So what you're looking at here, this is going to be a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath unit with around 1,900 square feet in its interior. This will be one of their bedrooms down here, but before we do so, I want to first take a step back here and show you. This will be their 2-car side-by-side garage, which they have kind of set up as their sales center. But the unique thing about this project is actually all their units are very, very similar. So instead of having a range of different homes, 2-bedroom and then 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom with different square footage, this project has kept it straightforward. Pretty much every single one of their homes are very, very close to that 1,900 square feet interior size. And we took you through Headwater, which is another project right here in the Fraser Heights neighborhood last week. So this is right beside, and the difference between these two is this one is a good chunk larger than that project that we took you through. So these ones, like we mentioned, they are 1,900 square feet in the interior. So right now, this is going to be the bedroom down here on the main level. You do have a wet bar upgrade if you would like. So let's say 3 bedrooms up top is already enough for you. You want to turn this more into a flex room, an entertaining room. So you can have this as an upgrade and turn this into a space of how you would like to design it instead of having it as a bedroom. But of course, if you want that 4th bedroom, it is right over here. Now we're gonna walk on up and we are going to tell you more about this Fraser Heights neighborhood. A lot of people don't really know where this is. They haven't really heard of Fraser Heights, so don't worry, we're gonna give you some of the details of this neighborhood, why it could be a good fit for some families, and we will get to that. But first, let's continue on in this townhouse units. So here we have the powder room here on the main level, and I want you to take a look. This is something pretty cool, kind of neat that we haven't really seen. So if I step in here, this is actually motion activated. I just turned it off, but you have under cabinet lighting, and this is going to be from where the sink is. So that's a really, really cool little touch over there. I really like the colors, makes it feel very sleek. And then if we come outside, this is one of the most interesting layouts that I've seen. It feels incredibly spacious, and I'll tell you all the little areas to this main floor. But let me first give you a bit of a panoramic view. Let's go in the kitchen first. So this island, this is something that you don't see so often. These townhome units especially, this is one of the longest islands that I've ever seen. It's not extremely wide, but you do have a lot of length. So let me take a step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps. You could definitely fit 5+ stools up here. So if you have kids, you want to use this as their breakfast area, this is a great fit. Line them up and serve them food. Or if you want to use this almost as an additional dinner table, might be an idea. And the other thing I want you to know is just take a look at the size of this fridge. This is absolutely ridiculous. That is the largest fridge that I've ever seen in a townhouse unit. You got one huge one over here, and then the second one right beside. So this kitchen is for sure one of a kind. You don't see this. I'm sure if you go through all the homes that we've toured, you will not find this in any other project. And along with having a super duper long island, you will have a lot of cabinet space. So if we open all these up, We won't have to do that with all the little doors, but you can see how much space you have and all sorts of different cabinets. Got your microwave over there, and of course you have your smart gas stove with your KitchenAid hood fan, which it's not covered up. Some people like it, some people don't. Kind of a personal preference, but that is small details. Now if we turn around, this is pretty nice. So here, as you're doing the dishes, probably the most painful part of cooking, if you look right in front of you, you have a large window that's looking into the complex. So each unit, like we mentioned, they will have a different kind of view. This one is facing inside towards the complex. Some of the units back there, you will have a better view of the mountains. If you sneak back there, I don't know if you can tell from here, but they do have some nice views. And of course the units over there, they are facing the street, so you feel a little bit more open, just up to a personal preference. But if we continue along, this is a very cool extra space in this home, is that normally you either have a dining room over here or a dining room set up over there. What they have over here is an additional family room. So it's called a family room, but you can really do whatever you like. If you want to turn this into your designated dining area, you can definitely do so. And this is just a nice extra space. Even if you want to, let's say you have kids, you're making them the dinner, doing dishes, whatever it may be, and you have your kids playing over here, you have sight on them the whole time. So this is a space that I absolutely love. And pretty standard, you have a balcony over here. Very quiet neighborhood. Yeah, the exterior finishes as well. These type of coloring using the wood tone with the white, you don't see this in most projects. This is definitely one that they have gone with a more unique feel, not doing the standard, the traditional, what a lot of projects know that everyone like. They have taken, maybe we can call it a bit of a risk to do things their own way. And I would say it definitely paid off. They have sold a lot of units. They still have a lot available, which at the end we'll get into all the pricing details, as well as I know all the floor plans are very similar, but we will showcase you a few different other ones. But now stepping into the living dining area, this is where they have the table set up. What I would personally do is go for a longer table, not a round table, rectangular one. Can have some good seating over here. And then if we turn around, I really like this space. So one thing I always look at is the width of the actual unit. And that's something a lot of buyers are into now, is they don't want to feel crammed like they're sitting right in front of the TV, because having a wider unit definitely makes the unit feel a lot more spacious, even if the square footage doesn't say so. So this one is extremely wide. You definitely have that space. If we take a seat down here, oh, this is gonna be tough to get up. But yeah, you have a bunch of space from here to where your TV would be. And still you get that open concept living. So you do have each kind of its specific segment component of the house, but still everything is integrated in a way together. And this is another part of the home where if you don't really notice, you might just miss it. But here you have a bit of what we call a nook area, and you can set this up as a desk, computer space, and you can just do some of your work here. You got a window up front, so that is extremely nice. All right guys, so before we finish off on the top floor of this unit, that is the unit that we're taking you through right now, thought I would show you a bit more of the actual townhouse complex and also about this area, which is Fraser Heights. So like we mentioned, this area, not a lot of people know. They've never heard of it, or they've heard of it, but they've never actually been here. And we are on the other side of the highway in Surrey. So all the normal, Guildford areas, and you go further down into Wally and all that, those areas, a lot of people know, but this is right on the northern side of the highway. And here you have a lot of industrial spaces as well. But the great thing about this project is actually that it is further away from all the industrial spaces. So right here, outside of construction noise, because that is the other thing that's going on over here, it is a very peaceful, very quiet area. So once this area goes through the necessary construction and changes, it's going to be extremely peaceful, and you have some impeccable views. So over here, let me zoom in for you. There are a bunch of mountain views, which is covered by these trees. Some of these units get to catch that, and as well as some of the units over on the other side. But you have some amazing views, and also just in general, a very quiet, like we mentioned, area. And this area is going through a bunch of changes. They have so many new homes coming here. We took you through Headwater last week, which is a townhouse project. We're taking you through this one. And on top of that, above just the townhouse project, we have a bunch of single family homes. So we are not going to be able to showcase you the interior of one of those, but I just want to turn this around and show you that they do have the works of that coming in right over there. So all the way on that side, there are a bunch of single family homes over there. And we will try to get in there, try to get you a tour of that. But in terms of daily amenities, you know, this is a pocket of Surrey that is more quiet. You don't have as many daily amenities and stores, but the great thing is you're close to some, because if you just go across the highway, you know, 5-minute drive, you get to Guildford Town Center, which over there you have all your different amenities, restaurants, shopping, everything that you can think of. You have your community centers, and then just within Fraser Heights here itself, on the northern side of the highway, you know, 1-minute, 2-minute drive away, you have a bunch of schools. You have your elementary school, you have your secondary school. So this is, again, a very family-friendly neighborhood, and it is up and coming for sure because of all the new developments that are coming here. And the best thing about this little pocket, instead of where some of the other projects are located, is that you are further away from all the industrial sites. So all the noise and big machinery, you kind of stay away from that. You're in, still you feel like you're close to nature, but you're also in a convenient area where you can get to a lot of your daily amenities. So for those of you that are interested in Surrey, but you're not a fan of sometimes the chaotic or even a bit of a messy feel that you get in around the King George, Wally area, then this would be an amazing fit for that. So with that said, if you're interested in moving to Metro Vancouver, you want to figure out where is the best neighborhood for you, or you live here already, you're looking to upsize, downsize. You know, I know we showcase you a lot of these different homes, but I do work with a lot of sellers as well in this market who are trying to upsize, downsize, sell their home. So whatever your needs are, go ahead and reach out to us. I'm gonna put our contact information right up there. You know, we get calls and emails all the time, and we absolutely love being a resource and being able to help you guys. So go ahead, pause the video, reach out to us, and let's get the ball rolling and help you with a smooth move. But now let's jump on back and finish up the rest of this unit, which the top floor has some amazing features that we're dying to show you. So let's get into that right now. All right, so now going upstairs, this is one of the most amazing upper level of a townhouse unit that I've seen, and I'll tell you exactly why. First, when we come in, your hallway is slightly wider than usual. So if we had a door here and we open it up, there's still going to be a good chunk of gap over here. Oh, there you go. You got the automatic under cabinet light over there. And then the second thing is, you see this sometimes in a bit of the larger townhomes, and this is considered one of the larger townhomes, so this is great. A lot of buyers absolutely love it. It's having side-by-side laundry. You have space up there to store your detergent and all that. Sorry, whew, bit out of breath from the stairs. And then you have your counter over here where you can fold some clothes. So absolutely perfect for a townhouse unit. It's tough to fit in there a complete utility room, so having this is already, it's as good as it gets. Now let's check out some of the secondary bedrooms. So this is secondary bedroom number 1. And I know you might be wondering what makes this so special. And I'll tell you, it is the ceiling height. So if we look up, these look like 9.5 or 10-foot ceilings, so a little bit taller than usual. And I'll tell you what, it definitely makes a difference. So the room itself, this is pretty standard size. It's good size, definitely, for a townhouse. But what makes it feel extra spacious and large, 100% the ceiling height. And probably the large windows over there. If we turn around, this should be pretty standard. Yep, standard size for your closet space. This is just a very comfortable unit, comfortable home for a family. Maybe you have 2 kids or you have 1 kid in a growing family. This is very comfortable living. Each room feels spacious. You have really everything that you need. And on top of that, like we've mentioned many times already, these huge windows definitely add to that effect. And this should be exactly the same as the other room. So here, if we turn on right, this will be the primary that we're getting to. This is the shared bathroom up here for the 2 secondary bedrooms. And then coming into the primary bedroom, right away you're faced with 2 doors, and I think you can already guess it. This will be 2 separate walk-in closets, which is great. You don't have to be fighting about who can take up what space. You can each his and hers have your own. And then coming in, you have a nice and spacious primary bedroom. Now, I know the corner there isn't completely cut out, but I kind of like it because you can have a designated area like they set up here to put in some extra cabinets. And this is definitely a add-on. They did this well, but this is one of the wood finishes that a lot of homes are utilizing now, even a lot of studios. So number one, I do believe these have some soundproofing effect. Number two, they just look absolutely gorgeous. Comment down below, let me know if you feel the same. I am personally a big fan of those. But yeah, this is the primary again with the high ceilings, big windows. And if we step in here, this will be your double vanity ensuite with a glass shower here in the primary bedroom. So yeah, there it is. We're going to jump on the screen now. I'm going to tell you the prices as well as show you the few different floor plans that this project has to offer. So let's cut into that. We're going to show you all the details. Let's do that right now. There you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the tour of that townhouse unit, as well as a bit of an overview and some additional information and details in regards to this Fraser Heights neighborhood, this new community in the city of Surrey. But this area is going through a lot of construction with these new projects that are coming into place. So if you are interested in this project or something similar, maybe you're looking for something a little bit bigger, something a little bit smaller, go ahead and reach out to us. I'm gonna put our contact information right up there. Pause the video right now, reach out to us. You know, we get people calling us, texting us all the time. We absolutely love it. And there are all these different projects right now to choose from, as well as many that aren't publicly advertised. So if you're looking to make a move, whether that's from the US, from another country, or from another province into Canada, into BC, or you already live here and you're looking to make a change, go ahead and reach out to us. Like I mentioned, we would love to provide you with all the information that would be helpful for you so that you can make a very smooth move. But now getting onto the prices, like I know you guys have been waiting for, the unit that we took you through, that is going to be one of their middle units. And like we mentioned already at the start of the video, it is a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath unit with 1,896 square feet in its interior. And that unit specifically has a price of $990,000. So this project still has some other units left, including different direction facing, different view, whether it's a corner unit or not. So to give you an idea of a corner unit, we will look at unit 38, which this is their last corner unit with a driveway that you are able to park on. So a large enough driveway where you can park there. And that one is, again, it's a 4-bed, 3.5 bath with 1,805 square feet in its interior. So a little bit smaller, but it is a corner unit. And that one has a price of $1.099 million. And if you care a lot about the direction, you know, you want the south facing so you get maximum sun exposure, then there is their unit 23, which is a south facing 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath at 1,908 square feet. So a little bit larger, and that one has a price of $1.149 million. So there it is. Again, if you're interested in additional information for any resources, go ahead and reach out to us. But once again, thank you guys for sticking around, for watching this video. And I'm gonna link the other project, the townhouse project that we did in Fraser Heights, as well as the single family home project that we did in Fraser Heights, right over there. Feel free to check those out. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.